It's the Baltimore Orioles and the Toronto Blue Jays. Opening day festivities wrapping up, and we'll be back to get this season started right after this. With my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. All right, partner, ready to go. Always a pleasure to get things started with you on opening day.
Well, Happy New Year, buddy. And anyone that's involved in baseball, even though it's not January 1st, this is the start of a new year. Every team has playoff hopes. I love this time of the year. I'm excited to get things going.
And now,
the crowd is amped up, ready to get this season underway, as are we. Back with more in a minute.
Toronto Blue Jays.
Just about ready to roll here. And today's starter, Roy Halladay. Not the best results a year ago, looking for better this season, Chris.
Yeah, and I think this guy understands that if he doesn't make quicker adjustments and show improvement, that the patience that his manager has will not last as long as it did last year. So we'll see if he can get off to a great start. Perhaps the work that he did in the offseason will show good results early on. But he's got to get out of the gates going strong, or else he may find himself in the bullpen or back in the minor leagues.
High fly ball, right field. Green makes the play, and there's one away. So here's Baltimore's lineup to start 2025. Chris, this is a team looking to take the next step.
Yeah, Boog, they've had tremendous seasons in 2023 and 2024, winning 192 combined games, but they still haven't won a postseason game since 2012. With that said, I think this could be the year that changes.
So digging in, Brooks Robinson. That one ripped. 2 down.
Batting third, first baseman, Eddie Murray.
2 outs, base is empty. Eddie Murray, the next to hit for the Orioles. The 1-1 is fouled off. 2 outs, base is empty. Battling here as he fouls it away.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Got it. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down. 1-2-3. Orioles nothing. Blue Jays coming up. Major League Baseball is on the show. Back here at Rogers Center, and on the mound today, a guy who will give them innings, Satchel Paige. Chris, he is a fun one to watch do his thing out there.
Well, he comes in carrying a career ERA under 3. He's been fantastic ever since he broke into the big leagues. Can't wait to watch him pitch today.
We go to the bottom of the first. At the plate, Paul Molitor.
Paul Molitor.
Next offering is in for a strike.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
And that's down and away. Out towards right center field. Cowser sizes this one up, brings it in, and there's one down. Here's the lineup the Blue Jays are rolling out there to start 2025. Chris, they're hoping to get back on track this year after a disappointing season.
Indeed, and they were a preseason dark horse pick last year, Boog, and things just never really clicked for them. It's been almost a decade since they've won a postseason game. Maybe this is the year they break through.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Satchel comes to the plate. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. 1 out, base is empty. He goes down looking.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a
Batting
little while.
third
You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
And now for the Jays, Cutter Coffee. Satchel into his motion. The long windup. Turns on the rubber. Kicks and fires. And that's downstairs. And the count's even at 2.
2 strikes.
And there's a ball.
2 strikes.
Jose Bautista waiting to hit for Toronto. Grips one to right, and no one can get there. And that keeps the inning alive.
Batting fourth,
Cutter
designated
Coffee
hitter,
with his
number
first
19.
major league hit. And this is a moment I'm sure he'll never forget. Congrats.
Yeah, great moment for him and his family. A guy works so hard and has to wait so long for this to happen. And when it does, it can kind of be overwhelming, dude. You still have to stay locked in on the game, but it's great when you could take a minute to just appreciate what you've done and how hard you've worked to get here.
So 2 down, and next is the designated hitter, Jose Bautista. Satchel with the 2-1. That one at triple digits.
2-2 the count.
Two gone, but the go-ahead run is at first here on opening day. That one ran inside, almost got him.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
Fights it off. He'll see another. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Ball 4.
Man, that's a tough one to take on the full count, but I guess he saw
Batting
it really
fifth,
well.
right
It's a
fielder,
really nice play
number
appearance.
15.
First and second, 2 outs. So up next for Toronto, Sean Green. And they're all loaded up.
2 walks in the first has to be some cause for concern. I mean, you're talking about a guy you want to pitch deep into the ball game. It's not going to help with the pitch count right there. They can't afford to hand out free bases at this rate.
Anthony Santander at the plate. And that's off the inside edge. And that's ball 2.
Well, lots of pitches thrown in this first inning. It's kind of that nightmare scenario for starting pitching. But you know what? It's still early enough. He can settle in. He can get some length if he just cleans up his mechanics a little bit.
Next pitch misses. 3-1.
Big in situations like these, the air can get really thin up there at the plate. Got to find a way to breathe and slow everything down.
All loaded up. Dangerous hitter at the plate. And that one fouled off. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Ball 4, and a run comes in to score.
They obviously were in a pretty great spot to take the lead right there with the bases loaded, and I'll say that was a good, patient at bat to draw the walk, and you know what? Still counts as an RBI.
Bo Bichette up to the dish. Swing and a miss, struck him out. So they get one, but end up leaving the bases loaded. We move to the second in Toronto. It's the Blue Jays 1 and the Orioles nothing. All set for the start of the inning. Here's the Oriole cleanup hitter, Cal Ripken Jr. That one missed. That catches the corner.
James Kingsley working the plate. Kingsley's pretty well respected around the league.
Yeah, when you talk to players, I think consistently he is one of the guys you hear compliments about. Players appreciate the job he does back there.
Yeah, and that's kind of all you can ask for, really, just a fair chance to go out and have success. Well, you know that's got to be very frustrating for this guy. He knows the strike zone extremely well. And you know what? Good hitters are not going to compromise. He'll take that punch out, but ultimately stick with his plan and have more success than anything else.
And here is Bobby Grich. Here's a 1-1. And there's a foul ball. Another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Off to a strong start, Singy, as he's punched out 3 of the first 5 he's faced.
Well, he's definitely minimizing contact. He can get the swing and miss when he needs it, but he'll also keep the defense fresh behind him, allowing some balls in play as well.
Now it's going to be Colton Cowser. Fly ball, pretty well struck right field. Back there. Going, gone. His first homer of the year, and it ties it up. It's 1-1.
Wow, what a clutch swing right there. And now anything can happen in this game. Pitchers are taught to keep the ball down so that you don't get hurt. But unfortunately on that one, he made a pretty good pitch in terms of location, but it was just a better swing.
Here's Tyler O'Neill.
Ball game is still tied. They can get out of this inning with a tie game.
Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. Varsho brings it in for the 3rd out. 1 scores in the inning, coming on this solo home run. All even now at 1-1. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back now in Toronto, bottom of the inning. And here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. Ground ball to the right side. Steps on first for the out.
Batting ninth, center fielder, Dalton Varsho.
And now it's Dalton Varsho. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. Got him. That K is his 3rd of the game.
Pretty nasty cutter right there, and you're seeing that pitch, that location a lot more these days, and you can see why. Very difficult for hitters. I think the great Mariano Rivera can at least partially be credited for that, thanks to the career he had with the cutter. It was just dominant. I tell you what, I felt like it was a moral victory whenever I could put that pitch in play. So I can feel for the guy right there walking back to the dugout.
And the batter now, Paul Molitor. Line drive. Makes the play, and it's out number 3. Nothing doing for the offense that time. We played 2 full. All tied 1-1. And we're back. New inning getting started. Now the Orioles catcher, Adley Rutschman. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, when you commit to throwing an inside fastball to your glove side across the strike zone, especially with 2 strikes, if you're going to miss, you want to miss off the plate in. You do not want to leave it out over the heart of the plate. So that was excellent execution on that pitch. Really tied him up, and he couldn't get a piece at all.
Right through there for a strike.
And boy, that was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
That's a bullet, but it goes foul. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. 9th pitch of the at-bat due next. Downstairs, and it misses ball 4. It wasn't easy, but he earned that walk after a long at-bat.
A great back and forth in that at-bat. He had to lay off some really close pitches, and somehow Boogie found a way to keep the bat on his shoulder right there. I'll tell you right now, I couldn't have done it.
And a base hit right there. And that forces the runner to hold on at second. 2 on with 1 away.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
First and second, 1 out. And next for the Orioles, Brooks Robinson. 1-1 now.
That's ball 2.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
Next offering is in for a strike. Runners at first and second with 1 gone here on opening day. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right field. Hauls it in, and there's 2 away.
Now batting, first baseman Eddie Murray.
And a dangerous hitter coming to the plate. Eddie Murray, the next to hit for the Orioles.
Keep an eye on this at bat, because even though it's early, it could change the outcome of this game. Look for your pitch and attack it.
Left field. Santander squeezes it, and that's the 3rd out. Orioles strand a couple. Score remains deadlocked at 1. Set for the bottom of the 3rd, and here's the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Singing, he's a guy that covers both sides of the plate about as well as anyone in the sport. How difficult is that to do?
Well, just look at the back of my bubblegum card. You'll see how hard it is. These guys are great, man. They have the ability to look out there, but also to be able to turn on the inside pitch. Those that can really sharpen things on the outer half, those are the ones that become elite.
That one fouled off, 2-2. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep, because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. Got him. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today.
Now batting.
So up next, Cutter Coffee. He's kind of an outlier, especially when guys are consciously sacrificing contact to deliver power. Here's a 1-1. And a foul ball.
Yeah, his swing is so good. It's in the zone a long time. He gets the barrel to it a lot, and that produces more base hits.
Page winds and fires. And now the count is even. Saying one of the things that's interesting is that guys really don't worry about swing and miss from an offensive standpoint anymore. So when you see somebody who contacts the ball like this, do you think of that as plus value?
Absolutely, if he's doing damage. Now, if he's rolling over and grounding out, then it's a different story. But yeah, if he can put the ball in the gaps or over the fence, 100%.
And now the Toronto cleanup hitter, Jose Bautista. Tied up here in the early going.
Ball. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Swing and a miss. And the count is 2-2.
Love to see it. Power versus power right there.
And it remains 2-2.
These hitters like this that have so much power, look forward to seeing them hit the ball a long way. But if you're in the stands, or you're in a broadcast booth, or you're a writer, better keep your eye on the game.
And they'll do it again. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. And it's in time for the 3rd out, so that'll end the inning. Nothing across here this half. 3 innings complete. All tied 1-1. As we go to the top of the 4th. And now, Cal Ripken Jr.
We'll always know Cal Ripken for the streak, but he was about so much more than that. He really changed the way we think about the shortstop position.
Swings through that one out in front that time.
When Ripken came along, he was not in the mold of a traditional shortstop. He was a big, strong guy. His offense was just as strong as his fielding, though, and he had some pop.
Makes the catch, and there's one gone.
Now batting, number 14.
And now, Bobby Grich. All tied up, top half of inning number 4. Fought off foul. Fights that one away, still 1-2. And that's outside.
2 strikes.
Line to left. Santander makes the grab, and there's 2 gone. Now batting, right fielder, Colton Cowser. And into the box for Baltimore, Colton Cowser.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. 3 up, 3 down for the Orioles. Still tied 1-1. Bottom of the 4th, and now the right fielder, Sean Green. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, he gets to balls that get by most people at that position. Just really impressive because there's certain times the ball comes off the bat, automatically that team that hit it thinks that they've got a base hit or they may have extra bases, and he just takes it away.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Got a pitch to hit right there with 2 strikes, but just couldn't get a piece. Tell you what, that screwball is so unique, and it's so rarely seen. I think it can be tough for any hitter just to get a piece of it, no matter where it's placed. As a hitter, you're just not used to seeing a pitch moving that way and getting on the same plane as it comes into the hitting zone.
Anthony Santander, the next to hit. 1 down, base is empty. Late swing, foul to the left. Gets a piece and stays alive. Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. And it beats him for out number 2. That's a strikeout.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher are on the same page right now.
Bo Bichette next up for the Blue Jays. Two down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Just missed.
Oh, they've had a hard time scoring in this one. The pitcher out there on the mound wants to keep attacking, make sure that they don't get any confidence.
On the ground to third. Zips it across, and that is that. Down in order go the Blue Jays. Score remains tied 1-1. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. Swing and a foul out of play. Chases that one out of the zone, and that's 6 Ks for him in this one.
Well, that slider down and away, it's just kind of a slow death. With 2 strikes, you're looking to protect, and halfway to the plate, you know you've committed, and you know you're going to have no chance of touching it. Tell you what, sometimes you just have to tip your cap.
Here's Adley Rutschman. 1 down, base is empty. And that misses. 2-1.
Well, that was one of those high percentage advantage counts
Now
where batting
batting,
averages are
center
just so
fielder,
much higher.
Cedric
Nice
Mullins.
line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
Here's the center fielder, Cedric Mullins. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Santander in pursuit. He's got it, and there's 2 away.
Now batting, number 1.
Back to the top of the lineup, Brian Roberts getting ready to hit. Two outs. Just missed. Fouls one off. 2-2. This one smoked out to left. Santander makes the catch, and that is that. One left for the Orioles. Halfway home, all even, 1 apiece. Back here at Rogers Center, we head to the bottom of the 5th. Here's the Toronto catcher, Alejandro Kirk. Ball to strike. And that is out of play. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Rutschman on to first, and he'll be safe at first.
Well, it's been a struggle on offense for them in this one, so maybe that wakes them up a little bit. You know, an error can certainly give the opposing lineup something to get excited about. You got somebody on base, so we'll see if they can make something of it.
Dalton Varsho next up for the Blue Jays. Kirk gets his lead at first, nobody out. This one backs to left center, on its way, and that one's out of here. A 2-run homer, his first homer of the year, and the Blue Jays have the lead now. It's 3-1. Listen to these fans.
This place is absolutely buzzing right now. You can feel the energy all the way up here in our broadcast booth. That's an impressive swing of the bat to go over the wall to the opposite field gap. And, you know, there are a lot of guys that just don't have the pop to do that. And probably just as many who don't have the approach either. He let that ball travel, and he got great extension on the follow-through to drive it out of here.
Back to the top of the order now. Paul Molitor next up for the Blue Jays. And now 2-1 after that missed inside. Satchel kicks and delivers. He swings and drives one out to deep left field. Going back. Pulls it in on the warning track.
Now batting, first baseman, Vladimir
Guerrero Jr. now.
Jr.
This guy who grew up in big league clubhouses. Got to be a nice feeling, Siggy, when your father played in the big leagues and he passes down all that wisdom. Ground ball right side. And foul ball.
I can only imagine the comfort level of being in the ballpark. For those kids who are fortunate enough to have a dad that played in the big leagues, them being on the baseball field, for some it's pressure. For them, they feel that they are right at home.
That missed by a lot. And that's ball 2. On the ground, and that's just foul.
Well, he gave up on that pitch early, and it ended up staying in the zone. I'm sure he's kicking himself and would like that pitch again.
On the ground, out to short. Ripken sends it to first, and Guerrero is set down.
Up next for the Blue Jays, third baseman.
And next for Toronto, Cutter Coffee.
This kid picked up in a trade. A lot was offered and given to get him, but he's got a real high ceiling.
Falling behind 2-1. Late on that fastball.
Threw that fastball right by him, slightly elevated. That's a confidence boost for this guy out there on the mound. See if he continues to climb the ladder.
Base is empty, 2 away, but 2 runs are in here on opening day. Swing and a miss, struck him out. That's his 9th strikeout so far. The Jays get a pair on this homer. It's now a 3-1 ball game. And welcome back to the ballpark. Start of the 6th, John Shelby with Chris Singleton. And leading off, Brooks Robinson. Ball to strike. The pitch. That's down and in.
You know, these Orioles need to bring up the quality of their bats and specifically their swings. Just 1 extra base hit for them, so they haven't exactly been hitting the ball gap to gap or out of the park. That makes it really difficult to generate runs.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Slice the other way. That's a base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Gotta love the resiliency he's shown in that at bat, battling with 2 strikes. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Now here's the switch hitting power threat, Eddie Murray. And that one fouled off. And a swing and a miss. And he's up to 7 strikeouts.
Boog, if you can set up a good 2-strike splitter with the fastball on the previous pitch, it's going to be so tough to recognize and adjust your swing to get a piece of it. Clearly had him reaching for it right there.
So now it's the 4-hole hitter, Cal Ripken Jr. Next offering misses, and it's 2-1.
Almost 100 pitches through 5 1/3 innings. I'm thinking he's probably done in the next couple of batters. Now just about to hit that century mark, 100 pitches for this game.
That's hard hit on the line. Makes the grab on the run. And there's 2 away.
That was just a great jump and route to the ball. Well,
Now
it had to
batting,
be. He was going to
number
cover all that
14.
ground and bring in that sinking liner. That's the way it had to be done. Nice job.
Bobby Grich now at the plate. And a 1-1. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike two.
Well, this looks like it's going to be a wasted opportunity. It's frustrating when you get the leadoff man on, but you can't get him into scoring position. They're going to need a big knock. Try to put something up on the board.
That misses the zone. It's 2-2. With the tying run at the plate, and we're in the top half of the sixth. Up the middle, base hit. That was smoked through the infield. They stopped the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs.
He was all over that one. Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there was just no one there to knock it down.
First and second, 2 outs. And now it's going to be Colton Cowser. And fouled off.
You know, he can move the ball around, add and subtract, get some weak contact at times. So you don't worry as much about him in this situation. Very capable of getting a ground ball and getting out of this little jam.
Robinson, the lead runner at second. Grich on at first with 2 down. And now it's even up.
Well, the offense has gotten going, and a pitcher wants to go out there, have a real quick inning, get those guys back into the dugout so those bats can stay hot.
Swing and a miss. Had him out front for the strikeout.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
Back now in Toronto, bottom of the 6th inning. Here's a big power threat. Jose Bautista. Pitch misses. Now 2 balls and a strike. Movement in the Orioles bullpen. Yennier Cano, the young right-hander, up and throwing. Baker also getting ready. That one is absolutely belted. This one looks like trouble. Around first and hustling for second. And he pulls in with a double for his first hit of the year.
These guys today are so great with handling velocity. They're seeing high speeds day after day, and a nice job of turning that one around.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Satchel Paige done for the day, and he's responsible for the runner on second, so the book isn't closed on him yet. We'll be right back.
Now pitching for Baltimore.
So a new arm out of the bullpen for the Orioles, Gregory Soto.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
And now for the Jays, Sean Green. Swing and a miss at a slider.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Man at second. Not close with that one. The count now 2-2. And a swing and a miss. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout, and there's one away.
No need to deviate from the slider right there. The hitter just not making the adjustment. He came at him with the breaking ball, pitch after pitch in that at bat, and evidently there was no answer for it.
Anthony Santander next up for the Blue Jays. Foul ball there. And a pop-up right side, foul territory. Murray makes the grab. 2 down.
Now batting, shortstop, Bo Bichette.
Bo Bichette gets a chance to hit. Runner at second, 2 down. Gonna count 1 and 2.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout. 1 left for Toronto as the lead remains 3-1. And we're back. Here's the left fielder, Tyler O'Neill.
Leading off for Baltimore, left fielder Tyler O'Neill.
There's a swing and a drive. Get out of town. He sends it out of here. His first homer of the year. It's 3-2.
Just relentless. This team will not quit. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
Adley Rutschman, the next to hit for the Orioles.
Oh, you just got to delete it. You give up that leadoff home run. Go back to work. Focus on this next batter.
Looking to get the tying run on base. Swing and a miss. Handcuffed him with that slider. With number 9 for him in this game. 9.
Well, there he gets the slider in on his hands, and it just eats him up. You know, it's hard to get the bat around on a pitch like that in tight. You just feel like you're crowded on the inside part of the plate. Can't get any extension. That's what he definitely should have laid off of.
And now Cedric Mullins. Varsho under it. And there are 2 down.
Now batting, number 1.
Brian Roberts digs in now.
Trying to keep good speed off the bases.
This one driven deep, way back there, and it's gone. We are tied. It's their second home run of the inning, and we are starting over. It's 3-3. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I could feel that swing from the booth. That's the exact definition of hitting the ball where it's pitched, taking that outside fastball and driving it the opposite way out of the ballpark. You want to bottle that type of approach.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Roy Halladay departs, and it's a tie ball game as he heads for the dugout. Back with a new arm after a quick break.
Now pitching for
Now on the
Blue
bump,
Jays,
Jimmy Garcia.
number 93, Jimmy Garcia.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. Robinson will hit next. 2 down, nobody on. And that one way outside. And it's 2-1. The pitch. And a strike in there. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Good eye right there.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with the 3-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. We're tied now with 3 apiece. It's Major League Baseball on the show. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Felix Bautista. He has a great slider
Number
with tons
74.
of movement.
Felix Bautista.
Welcome back. Taking a
Leading
look at
off
our
for the
game
Jays,
summary.
Catcher Alejandro Kirk.
Next one off the plate inside, and it's 2-1. To the left side, but it is well foul. Just misses. And now it's 3-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
And he chases that one. Now 1 away.
First strikeout for him in this one. That splitter is maybe the go-to pitch when he's looking for a swing and miss like that. He throws it quite a bit, and that's a good example of the effect it can have on a hitter.
Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Base is empty, 1 away. Here at the bottom of the 7th. And there's the ball. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. One down, base is empty. And there's ball 4. That's a great at bat. He saw a lot of pitches and earned a walk.
Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at bat. Saw a lot of pitches and ends up drawing the walk. Very gritty.
So digging in, Paul Molitor. Chris, baseball today, so many strikeouts, and they are available to pitchers. But this is a guy that puts the bat on the ball and is kind of different from the players that we see day in, day out.
If you're a base runner, you've got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get in the scoring position.
There goes the runner. Swing at a high fly ball. That's out to center. He's got it. 2 away now.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
First baseman.
So up next for Toronto, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Runner on the go. Pitch in for a strike. Safe at second with a stolen base.
Now a good opportunity to potentially jump ahead in this game here in the later innings.
2 down. Go ahead run in scoring position. Vlad swings, drives one deep left field. That one back there. And it's into the bullpen for a homer. And just like that, they're out front. It's 5-3.
High fastballs, especially with good velocity, can be really hard to catch up to. But he stays tall, his top hand works extremely well, and he absolutely clobbered it.
Cutter Coffee next up for the Blue Jays. Next offering way off the plate. Hot shot to third. Robinson throws to first in time. Inning over. The Jays get a pair on this homer. It's now 5-3. Back after this on the show. We go to the eighth. Now, Eddie Murray.
Leading off for the Orioles, first baseman Eddie Murray.
And foul ball.
Well, he got challenged with a good fastball right there. Just couldn't catch up.
Swing and a tapper. And that chance handled. Throws to first. Murray retired.
Those plays can be tricky. They're routine, but that doesn't mean it's always going to be smooth. He delivered a good play right there.
Cal Ripken Jr., the next to hit for the Orioles. That one inside. Ball two. Movement in the Blue Jays bullpen. Jeff Hoffman, the closer, is getting ready and perhaps looking at a long save opportunity here. Burr warming up as well. The Orioles trailing by 2, and we're in the top of the 8th. And a 2-2. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Upstairs.
Good purpose pitch right there. Trying to tease him, get him to raise his sights, pop something up, and make it an easy out.
Draws the walk there, and that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
I don't think he really wanted to pitch to him right there anyhow.
Now batting, number 14.
Now it's the DH, Bobby Grich.
Now these guys definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap, but you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ballgame.
Tying run at the plate. Fastball for a strike.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Goes down looking.
Clearly looking out over the plate on that outer third, and that pitch finished. Right down the middle, just a little bit in, and he couldn't pull the trigger.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Jimmy Garcia gives way. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher.
Now pitching for
So the closer
Blue Jays,
summoned from the bullpen, Jeff Hoffman.
number 23.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect the tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Just missed. Misses off the plate. And now 3-1.
At this point in the game, you cannot issue free passes. He's going to have to challenge this hitter. Hitter's got to be ready to swing it.
The tying run at the plate. Swung on, belted. And a foul ball.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
And the tying run is on base.
Pretty much the last thing you want from your bullpen arms are free passes,
Now batting,
especially in spots like
left fielder,
this.
Tyler
Make the team earn their way
Pitch
on.
hitting for
Pinch
the
hitter
Orioles,
coming on.
number
Gunnar
2,
Henderson
Gunnar
looking for a
Henderson.
big hit with 2 out, runners at first and second. Now
Now
a move
running
being
at
made at second
second
base. Pinch running here.
Number
Jordan
11.
Westberg.
Jordan Westberg.
Walk side of the bullpen can absolutely kill your momentum very quickly. They're in some hot water trying to protect this lead.
And a swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
So the tying run at second. That one misses. And it's 2-2.
That's a really good take.
And he couldn't hold back. He's run up on strikes. Orioles strand a couple. They're still down 5-3.
This
So coming
change
into the
for
game now on
Orioles.
defense, Jordan
Now
Westberg.
playing
He's in at shortstop.
Number 11.
New arm out of the
Jordan
bullpen, Yennier
Westberg.
Cano.
Just trying
Now
to keep
pitching
this
for
one close
Baltimore.
here, and this is where a bullpen
Number
can give their
78.
players a chance to fight back into the game.
Now to the
in
ball
left
game on
field,
defense,
number 12,
Ramon Laureano.
Ramon
He'll be out in
Laureano.
left field. So here's the cleanup
Leading
hitter,
off for
Jose
Toronto,
Bautista.
designated hitter, number 19.
Swing and a chopper out to short. Whips it across.
He's out.
1 up, 1 down.
Now batting, number 15.
So up next, Sean Green. That one missed. That one down the line, and that's a fair ball. Now he'll turn for second. And that's a double.
Well, they call that an advantage count for a reason. You're so much more likely to get something you can handle. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
One out, runner at second. Anthony Santander getting ready to hit. A changeup missing, and it's 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Man at second. And it's fouled away. Two now. Stays alive. 1 out and a runner at second. Here the bottom half of the 8th inning. And that one is downstairs. Counts full, 3-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Ground ball left side. Throws across the diamond. He didn't make things easy for him there, but they still get the out.
Good fade and sinking action of that changeup. Got that hitter to roll over.
Bo Bichette, the next to hit. Man on second, 2 down. On the ground, right side, and it finds its way through for a hit. Here's the throw to the plate. Tag, safe at home. And they lead by 3. Runner at first with 2 away. Here's the Toronto catcher, Alejandro Kirk. Ground ball up the middle, and that one finds its way through. And now 2 aboard.
Now batting.
And now the center fielder, Dalton Varsho. The 1-1. Swings through that one for strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Two on, 2 outs. Battling here as he fouls it away.
Nope, outside.
Two outs, couple of base runners at first and second. Cut out and missed, struck him out. And that'll keep more runs from coming in, inning over. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. Last chance coming up for the Orioles. We go to the 9th, and now the catcher comes up to hit. Adley Rutschman. In there. And so now 1-2.
That slider breaking in could be a tricky pitch. If you don't finish it and have that bite at the end and it stays out over the plate, it can get hit a long way. But that was a good one right there.
On the ground to short. Fires over to Guerrero. Rutschman retired.
That play won't be trending on social media later on, but it's still important to execute it to perfection. This game is a lot harder than it looks, partner.
He's 2 outs away. Cedric Mullins, the next to hit for the Orioles. That one finds the zone, and a count 1-2.
Just amazing to me how many closers and back-end relievers just throw absolute gas these days. I never would have had a chance.
Towards first. He'll do it himself. Now only 1 out remaining.
That's a huge defensive play in the late stages of the game. It might not be the most challenging we've seen today, but it needed to be made. That's helping your team.
Next to hit, Ryan Roberts. That's outside. Ball 3. Brooks Robinson waiting on deck for the Orioles. And he walked him.
Ball 4. Take your base.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
Fair ball. Coming home. The tag, and that's the ball game.
Well, great start to this 4-game series to get the first one at home, but these players know they've got some work to do because they could easily drop the next 3 if they're not careful. Can't get too comfortable. Get some rest, come back for the next one, and be ready to take game 2.
6-3 our final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.